JT Flame, how we doing, man?
I'm not bad. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Just keep on hustling, keep on doing our thing. But
Just chilling.
I brought you on along, man, because you're kind of like a mystery man, dude. Like you kind of like you don't really put that much of your personal life out there. You kind of just make music and you do your thing. So that's why.
That's how it's always been. I don't know why, but that's just what I do, I guess.
Hey, it's respectable, man. I appreciate keeping it minimalistic. You really are a mystery man, bro. Like people speak about you and they really don't know you, so it's kind of crazy. So that's why I brought you on here, man.
I like keeping it a bit of a mystery.
No, that's good. That's good. So, I mean, let's get it started though, man. How was the young JT like? Like, where are you? Where were you born? Like, where are you from?
So, England, in case you couldn't tell, um, I was born in a town called Guildford in Surrey, which probably means nothing to you,
Right.
but if you're from around my area, you'll know where that is. And I've lived kind of around that area for most of my life until about 5 months ago when I moved in with my fiance.
Oh wow.
So we
So
kind of
you guys are
relocated to a
married?
side. No, we're going to get married. We're planning next year, hopefully, like middle of next year, 2027 is the idea.
So you guys are engaged right now?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, congrats, man. That's exciting,
Thank
man.
you, thank you.
Congrats. So, so where are you guys at exactly? I mean, you don't gotta tell me exactly where, but like the city and stuff.
It's kind of hard to say exactly without giving you the exact location because where we live at the moment is such a tiny location.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
But it, it's kind of like near another town
What's
called Chichester.
I was gonna say, what's the biggest city that you guys are closest to?
I mean, the biggest city would probably be London, but that's still like an hour away.
Oh, okay. I mean, we don't gotta get into the specifics. We're just kind of like a geographical, knowledge of where you're at.
I'm still living in England. There you go.
Okay.
That's where.
That's where we get to. So how was it growing up, man? Like, how was the young JT Flame like?
I mean, completely different to how I am now, to be honest with you. Um, I think when I was like really young, like most kids are, I was kind of like running about the place and just causing mayhem and you know being a dick to everyone, like most kids do. Um, and then as I grew up, I started to sort of learn about myself a bit more, and then started to struggle a bit more in certain areas. But then
Right.
again, it kind of just makes you who you are in the end, doesn't it? So,
So what were like the struggles and stuff that you were facing? Like what built your character to be, who you are today?
I mean, I think I've just always been a bit of an outcast in some ways. Like I've always had friendship groups, and I've had people who've supported me and people who I can talk to, but relationships and stuff kind of come and go so frequently, and I never really understood exactly what I was doing wrong.
Right.
So a lot of my sort of teenage years and going into adulthood sort of been like trying to take a step back and recalibrate and sort of figure out, right, okay, maybe I did this wrong. It's all about accountability at the end of the day. Like I'm not saying it's all my fault. A lot of the problems that I did have was just people picking on me for wanting to do
Mm,
music. I used to do YouTube videos like what you're doing
right.
quite a lot. I used to do gaming videos. Used to get picked on for that. So any time I sort of stuck my head out and tried to be different is when I was getting targeted. So a lot of my process now is sort of just continue doing what I like, and I don't really care what other people think.
No, that's good, man. That's good that you really just self value yourself because it really at the end of the day doesn't matter what other people think. But um, what's it called? Early on in your music, man, you talked a lot about like mental health and how you struggled with certain stuff. Like, was that kind of like correlating with what you just told me?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, when I first started making music, it was mainly because I loved hip hop. Like I was getting really big into the genre as a whole, and I just wanted to try it for myself.
Right.
but a lot of it was a way of not really knowing how to express myself and trying to figure out the way of doing that. And then as people started to realize, okay, he's making music now, let's target him for this. That's where more
Uh,
of the mental health thing sort of came into play in the lyrics in particular.
okay. Yeah, we'll get into the music in a minute, but like, I really want to know, like, how was it really growing up? Like, did you have like a good relationship with your parents? Like, how was the household like? Was it toxic? Was it healthy? Like, did they support you? Like, how was your relationship with your parents?
I mean, it's good. I mean, obviously, every family has its rough spots. I mean, I'm not going to say it was like a picture perfect upbringing. We definitely fought a lot, still occasionally fight occasionally about random stupid stuff. But for the most part, it was a pretty decent relationship. Like when I was recording music, when I was at my parents' house, it was using my dad's studio equipment because he does music too.
Right. Shout out to
So
him,
if
man.
we didn't have that good relationship, I wouldn't have been able to do that. And then
Mm.
me and my mum still get on great. Obviously, we still don't always see eye to eye, but it's pretty normal upbringing, I would say, parents wise. Yeah,
Okay, now that's good, man. That's good.
yeah.
So obviously you had like your mental health issues and stuff. It seems like you had a at least a decent relationship with your family.
Mhm.
When did the whole influence on hip hop come in? Like, when did you say like, okay, I like? What were your artists that you looked up to? Who influenced you to say like, okay, I want to rap? Like this. When was that time? Like, and how was it?
Yeah, so when I first started listening to hip hop, it was like the same answer as most people say. So Eminem was one of them.
Okay.
We've got well, when I first started making music, I think Schoolboy Q just came out with Blank Face as well. That was an album I was listening to a lot.
Mm.
I've got what else was I listening to around that time? You know, Royce the 5'9" as well. Pretty much anyone in like the Eminem circle of artists I was listening to. Kendrick as well. Good Kid, Mad City. When that came out, I was listening to that constantly.
You know what year this was?
So different years. I think I started making music officially in 2016.
Oh
So I'd
wow.
say like late 2015, early 2016 is when I really started listening to more artists in general.
Okay. Okay, because you
Mm.
have like more of a rock background, right? Like your father was more into like the rock scene.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, classic rock, metal, all sorts. When I was younger, I never really used to like most of the music I like now. I liked hip hop and some rock music, but now it's sort of like mostly metal music with a bit of hip hop on the side.
Right.
And we show each other artists now. Like he'll recommend me a band or something. I'll recommend him a band, and then I'll say you might actually like this rap album. Go listen to this, and we share what we're listening to, which
What
is part of that good relationship, I guess.
was your dad really ever into hip hop like before you were like listening to it?
Not really. I think I've opened up his eyes a lot to it over the years by introducing him to little snippets here and there. I think the one album actually, I remember this, besides the Eminem ones, because I started listening to Eminem because of him,
Oh wow.
was the first Slaughterhouse album.
Really? Wow. Of all
Yeah,
Eminem
yeah,
projects, that's kind of crazy.
yeah. So I said, just give this a go, and he still to this day listens to that album and songs off of it. So I think that was the album that kind of turned his head around.
Okay. I mean, that's cool, man. I mean, like, how was did he give like? I mean, it seems like he had a good reception towards hip hop. Like, when you introduced rap to him, was he kind of confused why you were listening to it, or like, did he have like a strong opinion on hip hop?
Not really. I mean, he likes all sorts of music, and his influences and what he listens to is just kind of like if it's good music, it doesn't matter what genre it is. So he'd heard rap songs before and probably a few rap albums before
Right.
and was aware of the genre, but it wasn't until I started getting into it where I was bringing him names he hadn't heard of before or artists that he'd never even heard of before.
Okay, well, I mean that's fair. I mean that's a good thing that he's open minded like that, man. A lot of people who come from backgrounds like that, they usually have something negative to say about hip hop, you know. So that's really cool that
Now,
he's open minded.
my mum doesn't like it as much. Like she's more into the rock side of things than the hip hop things, but there's the occasional song that she likes.
No, that's good, man. That's good.
Mm.
At least they have an identity. Some people don't even know what they like. So, um,
Exactly.
So you have a new project out, man, called God Isn't Listening. Do you want to tell what that album people? Do you want to tell the people like what that album's about or like what it represents?
So I guess the best way of putting it is it came together really, really quickly. So after Chaos came out and I moved into this new place, I realized I have to do everything musically by myself now. So it was
Right.
kind of the case of just making music and seeing what comes out. And I ended up really liking the songs I was making. But in terms of like an actual concept, it's mainly just me taking a step back and looking at the world and how unfair a lot of things are.
Right.
So the phrase "God isn't listening" just came to me, kind of like, well, if he was listening, I mean, I don't believe, I'm not a religious person,
Right.
but if God was listening, surely there wouldn't be these issues. And so I talk about like the current political state. There's a song about the government at the moment in this country. The song "Blind" is actually about my retinitis pigmentosa diagnosis. So
Oh
I've got an
wow.
eye condition as well. So that was another thing. It's just frustration with the world, I guess, is the shortest way of putting it. Just the way things
So
are.
the condition that you have, I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty big word. Like, can you tell the people what that condition is and what it does to you?
So it's different for everyone who has it. It's like one person in every like 5,000 people has it, but essentially you lose your vision over time. So I can't see at night at all. Like I can't see stars at night.
Wow.
There's no source of light. I'm pretty much blind at night. Um, and as it gets worse, some people just lose like their peripheral vision.
Right.
Some people go like full tunnel vision, and some people go pretty much completely blind. So
Wow.
it's different depending on who you are. But besides the night blindness thing, my vision in the day is pretty fine. So I'm hoping it doesn't get much worse than this. But who knows?
Wow. 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 You gotta text me the name of that because that's kind of insane, man. Is
Yeah, I
there
will do Google it. It's really interesting to read about. It's kind of scary, but it is definitely
right?
interesting as
Yeah,
well.
it sounds very scary. What like is there like treatments for this? Like obviously I don't think it doesn't sound like there's a cure to this, but is there like treatments you could take for this?
Not that I'm aware of that they've mentioned to me. I mean, I'm waiting at the moment to get some like genetic testing
Right.
to see whether or not it's linked to a family member I've never met before in the past or something, or whether or
Wow.
not I'm the start of a new genetic, like the new bloodline, like my future kids could have this sort of thing. So I'm kind of in the link in the loop at the moment of trying to figure out exactly what the cause of it was, if they can even find what the cause was. So it's
Wow.
interesting.
No,
Yeah.
that's scary, man. Just thinking about it, man. That's very scary. I mean, I hope everything gets better for you, man. That's kind of very scary to think about. But
Fingers
back
crossed. I hope so.
yeah, no, that's what we pray for, man. But back to the music. God isn't listening. You know, obviously you had another project before this where you focus more on the rock side of things. Why did you transition from hip hop to the rock scene?
So, I mean, over the last 2 or 3 years, maybe, I've been listening to way more rock and metal music than I have hip hop music.
Right,
I think as a genre, I still love hip hop, but there's so many artists doing the exact same thing as each other.
right,
Like you hear one, I mean, it's the same in metal as well, but people like chasing trends, making the same music. I was just getting bored of listening to the same thing over and over again.
gotcha.
So I wanted to take what I already know how to do and just try something different. I think moving out of my parents' house helped with that as well because I was kind of not scared to experiment, but being in the room with my dad, who he was in there while I was recording all of my previous albums,
Right.
like next to me because it was his equipment that I was using. I was kind of more scared to try something different, whereas now it's just me doing everything. So I wanted to kind of blend the two genres that I love the most into one thing.
Right.
So that's kind of where that idea came from, and it ended up turning out pretty well, I think. So that's why I kind of kept at it.
No, it definitely was a good album. I wanted to really give you your props, especially like production wise, man. Like it sounds really good on the ears, man. I'll be honest with you.
Thank you, thank you.
But yeah, prior to that, when you were focused on the hip hop stuff, how many hip hop albums did you have, or projects? I don't know if they were all albums.
God, hang on, I'm going to have to count this up. 7, I
Wow,
think.
that's a lot. That's a lot. I didn't even.
Yeah, because I've got the When the Flames Rise EP, which is my first one. I've got Beyond the Grave, Asmodeus, Familiar Haunts, Unapologetic, Call Me When You Get to Hell, and then Raw and Ravenous side A and B that I did. So technically 8 if you want to think about it like that. But
Wow. Um, let's talk about something both me and you are actually really familiar about. So the year is 20, maybe 2016, 2017, maybe even before that. I forget how old you are, but I'm assuming it's around the time you're 16. You actually joined the Amino apps, and you joined Hip Hop Amino. And you obviously meet people who you became friends with and stuff. How was it, having rap features, featuring on songs from people in the United States and people hopping from on your songs from all over the world, man. You were really just making music like that. It's kind of crazy to think about. Like the internet really has you making music with someone in another country. Like, can you tell me how that all is?
I mean, it was a great experience. I mean, just being able to find a community of people. I mean, obviously, not everyone's going to be receptive
Right,
of what you're doing, but actually finding like-minded people, some of which that we're still talking to now, like you, me, and Manny, we still talk
right,
all these years later. Just being able to, no matter where you're from, bond over the same genre of music and actually collaborate and work together and give each other chances to kind of share your audience as well.
right.
Well, it was just a fun experience, like being able to actually talk to people about something that you're passionate about and then help them with their music and give each other feedback. It's one of those times in my life that I wish I could get back. You think back in the past and think, I wish I still had that side of things.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, everything that's like amazing doesn't last forever, but it is what it is,
Yeah.
man. Um, Also, on these apps, we had rap battles, man. I know you weren't necessarily the biggest fan of it or like the most fond of it. It wasn't necessarily your lane, but you did participate in it. Like, how did you feel about it?
I mean, I much prefer watching a battle happen than being involved in one.
Right.
Like the one I did have, I think everyone agreed I lost that, which is fair enough. I mean, I was against Jamal, wasn't I? And he's great at what he does.
I mean, you had another battle too that you won. You won a battle in a tournament. I forgot guess who, but you went to the second round of that.
Yes, I did. I've done 2 battles league.
Yeah, you have
I
two
forgot about
battles.
that second one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you won in the first round of the first tournament we did.
yeah, I just about remember that. I don't know. It's just never really been something that I've been that curious about. Like I enjoy the competitive aspect of hip hop, but I'd rather just make a song that sounds good than spend my time writing 3 verses about this guy I barely know. It's kind of like, okay, I need to think of at least like 30 seconds more than what I've got about this guy I know nothing about. Cool, I'll just make something up.
Right,
Much
right.
more stressful. I mean, it's an art. It's an art outside of making songs.
Making
But
songs, yeah.
much as I enjoy words and rhyming stuff together and coming up with lyrics, it's just not really as fulfilling for me personally
Right.
doing that as it is to actually work on an album or a song or something like that.
So is it safe to say that we shouldn't expect a battle from you anytime soon?
I mean, not at the moment. You've really got to catch me in the right moment. Like if one day somebody asks me and I'm having like the best day of my life, I'll be like, hell yeah, I'll do that battle.
Oh,
But
okay, okay.
but 9 times out of 10, I'm kind of like, I don't know. My work schedule's weird, so maybe I can't do it, and then I spend more time worrying about that than actually writing my verses, and it's just
So I
I
mean,
don't.
it's not impossible to get you back in the battle rap scene. It's just very unlikely.
I wouldn't even say it's very, very unlikely. It's just got to be. It's kind of got to be. Well, I don't want to say on my terms, but it's got to be something or against someone that I can actually say something about.
Right.
Like a lot of the people who are doing the battles at the moment, I've had conversations with them and various dramas and conversations, whatever about it. If I've got nothing to say about someone, I'm just not going to do it. Like at the end of the day, I'm not just going to do it for the fun of it. It's got to be that competitive edge to it. I can't just write something lame and then just go in and do it. I've got to really feel the passion to do it.
Right. Wow. Well, I mean, I guess that answers that. So you stay in a small town, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
right? Is there do you like showcase your music to people in the area, or is it kind of like you just distribute it through the internet? Like, is there like a music culture where you're at?
I mean, where I am now, no, there's literally nothing here. Um, so
Wow.
where I am now, without giving away too much, is basically three long roads that link together,
Right.
and it's mainly elderly people that live here.
Ah,
So it's kind of like they're not gonna be receptive of it. I mean, but
okay.
I mean, one or two of them might, but most of them definitely aren't gonna like it.
That's kind of like the underwhelming part of like living in a small town. Like it's very peaceful, but it's like if you really experiment with stuff and like really want to like socialize, it's kind of hard to do that in smaller towns.
It really is. I mean, I've been living here since September, and I still don't even know like half the neighbors. Like,
Wow, that is
I
crazy.
mean, when I'm not here, I'm at work, and I
Right.
still work where I worked when I was with my parents. So that's like, you know, a journey away to go and do that. So
Wow. Yeah, that is crazy, man. So you really just keep it to yourself. How does your fiance feel about your music? Does she really get involved with that, or she just lets you do your thing?
it just lets me do my thing. Like she knows it's not her type of music, so she doesn't even really bother listening to it. She just kind of supports the fact that I do it.
Oh wow. She doesn't even like hip hop.
Sort of, but like not to the same degree. Like her music taste is pretty much whatever was on the radio 5 years ago. You know?
Ah, got you, got you,
Yeah,
got you. So
yeah,
she's more
yeah,
into
yeah.
like
So
the
like,
pop aspect.
yeah, exactly. Like pop music. I'm trying to think who was famous 5 years ago. Like Little Mix and One Direction and like Panic at the Disco and stuff like that.
Oh wow, that's like 10 years ago, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
well, yeah. I was trying to be generous, but
Wow. Okay. I mean, there's no shame in that. So what should we expect next from JT Flame, man? Like, what's the next coming steps for you?
um, more more music,
More music.
definitely.
Any
Um,
any collabs we should be looking for?
you know what? Yeah, I'll leak something. I wasn't gonna say anything. There is a song. I'm not gonna say exactly when it's coming out,
Okay.
but it's with Manny Mackins.
Okay.
So frequent collaborator. So that may not excite people because I've worked with him so many times, but it is in the sort of rapcore style.
Oh wow.
So you've got what I'm doing now, what he's doing now with like the more melodic side and the singing side of things,
Right.
and merging those two together. So that's coming out relatively soon. Without giving too much away, I've got a plan in mind,
Okay.
but I don't really want to leak too much yet because it's gonna be good.
So are you more focused on this new sound? Do you think you would ever go back to, making like hip hop tracks?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm always happy again without giving too much away. There are a couple of songs I've made recently
Right.
that may or may not be coming out sooner rather than later. Um, that focus more on the rap side of things
Mm.
than the metal side of things. Obviously, it's still a blend of both, but there are some songs I have made where I am leaning more into the hip hop side of things, not only in the instrumentals but also in actual rapped verses as well, and little sections here and there. So I
Got
am
you.
trying to seamlessly blend both the genres together a little bit better.
Right. So I'm assuming several years ago you actually meet R.A. the Rugged Man.
Well, I was at his show.
You're at his show, okay,
At,
but you had an
at,
interaction with him.
Yeah, no, that was a great show. He jumped in the crowd. It was a really small venue. I can't remember how many people there were. I think there was probably only about 400, maybe 500 people, if that.
Wow, that's actually a
It was
pretty
in
big
there.
crowd for RA. This is in London, I'm
Yeah,
assuming, or where was this
yeah,
at?
it was. Yeah,
It was
yeah,
in
yeah.
London.
It might have not even been that many people. It's a really small venue, but it seemed like a few hundred people.
Wow.
But I was about not even halfway. I was pretty close to the front, and he jumped in. He kind of went round the side of the stage and sort of rapped through the people.
Right.
And then at one point he came up to me, put his arm around me, and started like jumping and rapping. And then it was cool, man. Like, I felt like I was actually part of the show. It was pretty cool.
That's cool. There was nothing else to
Yeah,
that. Just really just made you part of the performance.
yeah. I guess I mean he got people up on stage afterwards as well. I got
Wow.
some, yeah, to try and get them to do like a little mini stage dive, even though he wasn't supposed to. It was a great show. It really was
Nah, shout out to Ari the Rugged Man. That's crazy, man.
one of the best.
Well, dang, JT Flame, man, it's been nice talking to you. Is there anything else you really got to say? Is there a message out to the world you want to give?
Um, be yourself. Don't be afraid to experiment and fuck what everyone else thinks. Do you?
Perfect. Y'all hear him,
Yeah.
man. It's been JT Flame, man. It's been nice talking to you. I'll catch you on the
Yeah,
next one,
you
man.
too.
All right.
See
See
you
ya.
soon. Bye.